I suck at keeping my cards neat and organized. Sometimes the solution could be to buy actual storage containers, binders, boxes, but there's also recycling, an underrated part of trading cards that I wanted to explore a little bit further. I've been sending a lot of cards out via my eBay shop, and I'm trying not to be wasteful and spend money unnecessarily. That's why in this video, we're using some materials I have lying around my office to better organize this travesty that I called a box of trading cards. If you value this kind of content and want to show support, consider subscribing. So to share some quick process notes, this was ultimately a spontaneous decision. In the moment, I really was looking at this very ugly looking box of cards and just wanted some way to organize and have them so if I were moving this box, all the cards wouldn't fly around and then just really be this jumbled mess. So I was looking for a very simple way to use things like bubble wrap. I had some random bubble wrap from just buying different things over the past several months, couple of years. Painter's tape, very important distinction, painter's tape, because it really does not get overly sticky. It's easy to take off. And overall too, having just very simple tools like scissors, right? And you want to just make sure that you can have ways to cut things up very efficiently. What you might notice in this video is like actually, I think maybe I could probably just get a actual box cutter. That might even work even better when it comes to cutting bubble wrap, but something worth considering. And I've also done this kind of thing in the past of just creating something that works out of random materials that I don't have to go out and actually then buy on top of. So I'll show an example of how I made this makeshift phone stand that predated my current setup, which is ultimately just a like $20 tripod from Target. So in the few weeks, actually the beginning of this channel, some of the first few shorts were actually recorded with my phone on this makeshift phone stand that I created out of, it was a Court Kings, a 2023 Court Kings hobby box NBA, and I didn't pull anything. I pulled like a Johnny Davis autograph card, but that was like the most, it was a fresh paint sticker auto. It wasn't even the most valuable card. So really it was a waste of a box, but I didn't make the physical box itself go to waste. I turned it into this makeshift stand. So I've done this kind of spontaneous thing, and in this video we're doing the same thing. Another important material, it's very necessary, you'll see throughout this video, is something called HobbyArmor. It's really just cardboard that's specifically cut out, and it's very neatly like with the edges and all that. But I bought a box of them through Amazon about a year ago. I still haven't gone through that one box. I'm coming up on like some of the last few pieces. I've actually used some of them too to like for other non-trading card related things. Like I've used a couple of them because they were really perfectly cut out already. You see at this point in the video right now, I'm literally taping this piece of HobbyArmor to make a more reinforced base structure around the inside, like the lining of this box. But yeah, the HobbyArmor I've used before to fill in the gaps between like the outside and inside when putting in an air conditioner. But yeah, HobbyArmor, it's really just another way to use like cardboard. It's just another type of cardboard. You pay for it, and there is like a QR code that takes you to the site. I've never used it. I don't know what else they sell, but it's just cardboard. It's cardboard that you don't have to necessarily go out and like buy other packages to try and get. However, I will say, because over the last year, especially, I've like bought a lot of cards, and not only cards, but other memorabilia. And I sold a PlayStation recently, and I got to get rid of a bunch of cardboard I had from that. So yeah, if you just have cardboard lying around, you could just chop some up and then have a defined piece to fit whatever you're trying to pack away. And also in this video, what you're seeing is like I really just had different types of cards that I could sort into different piles. So based on, some were wrestling, some were soccer, there's basketball. My mentality with how to sort through all these cards is really how can I make each type of card, each like sport, its own pile, and then cut out an appropriately sized piece of bubble wrap, and then from there some painter's tape to help seal the ends and make it like a pocket. From there, really the last step, I have 4 phases listed out. I'll go through what those 4 phases are of how ultimately I organized everything here. Number 1 is how I would call, secure the goods. Securing the goods really just means making sure your cards are organized in different piles and they're all, packed away into the pieces of bubble wrap taped up. And number 2, reinforce the structure. So you saw it before in this video already of just having a piece of HobbyArmor down and creating like a more of a lining on the 2 sides of the inside of the box, or 2 of the 4 sides rather. So yeah, the number 3, really after you reinforce that structure, is play Tetris. You're really just, I have a bunch of piles of cards, all in bubble wrap, and from there you're trying to find the optimal way to organize them all and kind of fit them in without, you know, cards being at awkward angles or bending or anything like that. And yeah, another thing too is having these very tiny cards. There's these very tiny Sports King Gum cards, like they're kind of like a gimmick card, more of like a modern card. But yeah, these all kinds of different athletes, and the thing with these cards, they're so very small, so I kind of had to get creative with making its own little pocket to fit these small cards. So that's the last little pocket of bubble wrap you'll see here that we're gonna shove in. But all right, I think it's clear out of these 2 cardboard boxes which one is going to be the one that I try and put all the cards back into. In the end, I ended up saving 3 or 4 things of HobbyArmor that I was trying to use before to keep these cards organized, and I instead took out those things of HobbyArmor and then really just organized everything else based on you know, the different sport, having bubble wrap being really like what the different cards are kind of packed away in. And from there we are going to see the final product. There we go. Pretty manageable. Nothing like, I mean, yeah, it's not amazing, but now I can walk around with it and I don't have to worry about cards flying everywhere, and they're all safe, secure. So yeah, that is really why this happened, which is why I did that. And even just to boot, you can make it a little bit prettier with having a name for the box. To sort, Bizarro Trading, it's the name of my eBay shop. If you're interested, there'll be a link in the description of this video. And if you enjoy this kind of content, I like making it. This was actually like a tougher video to put together because it, again, started with the inspiration of just wanting to organize a box, and then it was, how do I make this into a packageable video? And hopefully, if you're still watching this, you found some value and entertainment at least. If you do, make sure you stay tuned to watch another one.